Hit it hard, every day on the move, trying to get it off. Hit it hard, they might think that I'm rude when they hear me talk. Hit it hard, hit them all with a juke, then I grit it off. Hit it hard, gotta stick and keep moving to get it off. Hit it hard, every play in the groove trying to get the ball. Hit it hard, I won't say, but this move got me real off. Hit it hard, I mean off the charts, know I'm the biggest boss. Hit it hard, gotta live it, stay true or you miss it all. Facts over feelings, don't worry about how you feeling. No, we just keep it the realest. Know I'm a warrior, know I can tour with these people. Must teach them with lethal, with wisdom. Locking with DCot to chop it and listen. We'll hop on the block, dropping knowledge uplifting. Lately been popping it off, the topics they want. We're blocking and drop what they missing. I gotta stick to the mission. Roll tide over critics who listen. No time for a biased opinion. Most guys going live for a living. Those type just be trying to survive. Hard times got them starving and living. Game time always starving to give it. And most times it's on life. Post hype for the vibes. Numbers going up high. Views going up high. Looking down from the sky.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just a little bit of hit from the DCot archives of hits. So it is Saturday, March 7th, 2026. This is a precursor to the Cots Corner. We're going to talk about a little bit of stuff, not very long. I'm going to hit on things we're going to talk about on our Sunday show at noon. JB and I are going to go live in Crunk 7 p.m. Sunday night. And this whole week, we're going to go crazy on talking about a lot of great things. I'm not going to take a lot of time today. I want to talk a little bit about NIL, a little bit about NFL, a little bit about NCAA basketball. But I'm going to start with NIL. I want to start with talking about the White House being involved in college sports. I'm old enough to remember when we were told to keep sports out of politics. I'm going to hit on that tomorrow. Not crazy today, but a little bit of that. I remember the comments of shut up and dribble. All those things, right? So I'm going to hit on that. I'm going to hit on the NFL. There's a couple of trades this weekend. Max Crosby to the Baltimore Ravens for number one this year and the number one next year. Now the Ravens take on the contract that's about $30 million plus for the next 4 years. They've got their edge rusher locked up for 4 years. For the Raiders, they've got the 14th pick this season along with the first pick. And then they've got Baltimore's number one next season, which will probably, both picks will probably be top 20 again next year. So the Raiders have an opportunity to stockpile some talent. I'm guessing that the Raiders are going to be probably looking at that number 14 pick for the best tackle in the draft, or maybe parlaying that into something that can help them on that offensive line, which is probably one of the worst in the NFL last season. They also cut Mr. Geno Smith. We talked about that last week on our live show. We said if they cut Geno Smith, does that mean the number one pick, who we're all saying could be potentially Mr. Mendoza, does that mean he's going to start in week one? I love Mr. Mendoza. I don't support him starting in week one. I don't. Unless you can show me that you got the Dallas Cowboys line of 1992 through 1996. If you got that, put Mr. Mendoza back there and let him have at it. But as it stands right now, Raiders, I don't see what you're doing, right? The Max Crosby trade was great, but there's more work to be done. You got a great running back. You got a great tight end. You've got an up-and-coming young coach who came from Seattle. That's going to be good as well. Looks like you're going to be, number one is going to be Mr. Mendoza. Who's going to be number 14? Is it a tackle? Is it a guard? Or is it maybe, the replacement for Max Crosby? That may be available as well. I also want to talk about Zaire Franklin being traded to the Green Bay Packers. I was doing some data here. Zaire Franklin's owed about $8 million this season. This is the last season of his contract. He was traded for a guy named Kobe Wooden from Green Bay, a defensive lineman, 6'1", 275. He's owed $1.1 million in his last year of his deal. So the Colts gave themselves some cap flexibility. They saved about $7 million because you remember they just transitioned Daniel Jones. And if you all remember on a show called Bias and a Little Bit of Truth, I was told that Daniel Jones had all the leverage in the world coming off of a torn Achilles in December, mediocre play of a quarterback who has, the understanding that he has the leverage over a team in which he probably won't be playing until maybe November or December. This isn't Jason Tatum. No one's diving at Jason Tatum's feet. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Then we got the deal here with Max Crosby going to Baltimore. I said that already, but we got Max Crosby going to Baltimore. What do we do with that? What do we do with that deal? Do we celebrate Baltimore or do we celebrate the Raiders? I don't know. We'll find out. Then I want to hit on college basketball just a little bit. Really disappointed. My guy Caleb Wilson is out for the season for North Carolina. Those of y'all who've been watching the show, you know what I think about Caleb Wilson. I think he is a Pascal Siakam-like player who's growing, who's got athletic ability. A lot of games North Carolina is running the offense through him as a 6'9"-ish freshman who's not ball handling. So the offense is running through him, which tells me there's a lot of get right with him, right? So he's out for the season. There won't be any coming back. So the next time we see Caleb Wilson will be in the NBA. Actually, I take that back. He'll be on the stage with his name being called no later than number 5, I'm guessing. Shaking the commissioner's hand, being ready and saying, I'm ready to roll. And then we'll see him in shorts and a tank top ready to ball out come end of October. So they've got Duke and North Carolina today. That's going to be a very impactful opportunity for the North Carolina young players to step up. I just don't think they've got enough to beat Duke with Boozer and a 100% healthy team versus a team that has their best player out for the rest of the season. Also, I can't let a show go without me talking about Darren Peterson. I still think he's the best talent in the college basketball and in the NBA draft. I absolutely believe that. I hope you have a great career, not a good career, a great career. I just wish we knew what was really going on. We don't know. We're not going to, speculate beyond the fact that we don't know, and we know that you're not hurt. Because if you were hurt, your coach would have said he's hurt. But I'm going to give you another name. Mikal Brown, Louisville point guard. I got my notes here. Mikal Brown, Louisville has played 22 games as of today's game when they just played, and whoever it was they just played, they won the game by 3 points. And Mikal Brown has missed 10 games this season for the Louisville Cardinals. Yes, I said that. 10 games for the Louisville Cardinals. He was out today because of back issues. I got an alert that said they were taking down some of the bets for the Louisville game because it was such a last-minute run. I don't know what happened there. I don't know the whole ins and outs. But we talk about my guy Darren Peterson missing games. No one's been talking about Mikal Brown missing games. And he's missed, again, my notes say he's missed 10 games. As of today, he's missed 10 games. They played 22 games. As I talked about on Bias with No Truth. No truth, a lot of truth. That the players have the power. The college coaches just don't have nearly as much power as they used to have. And for me, I'm kind of torn. I think leadership is important. I think you should listen to your coach and the development. But also with the money these players are being paid, the likelihood of them listening to each and everything that's been said to them isn't as great as it used to be. It's just what it is. And that happens. And, we can't be mad about it. It's a part of that process. But I am going to talk about that bit of that process tomorrow when JB and I connect and we talk about NIL, Congress getting involved, Nick Saban getting involved, Greg Shanky getting involved. As I said before, I said Shanky because I don't like what he's trying to do and trying to play this power trip to minimize players earning income. I don't like it. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in, but I want to make sure I share that. There's not much more else I want to talk about today, but I want to make sure everybody knows that DCot is here. Cots Corner is not going anywhere. And as I said, got a little bit of, my new little buzz going here and everything. I want to make sure everybody hears a little bit of that and see if they letting this stuff out there, get my little bebop going and everything. I'm at my time limit. Got my head going a little bit.
Hit it hard, every day on the move, trying to get it off. Hit it hard, they might think that I'm rude when they hear me talk. Hit it hard, hit them all with a.
So just sharing that a little bit, get a little bit of energy going and everything. All good. But again, you all have a great Saturday. Have a happy Saturday. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Go Pacers all day long and twice on Sunday.